Sound confusing? Well, it takes 3 sets of strings to get from do to do. So here's 1 set, Eddie 8 dynamite. Here's set 2, 8 dynamite good. Here's set 3, dynamite goodbye. Set 4, see? Goodbye Eddie. 4 sets of 3. Now the fingerings for this come from the open C major, the bottom part of it and the top part of it. And let me show you. When you finger do, ti, la, the bottom 2 strings, sol, fa, mi, you get this fingering that goes 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. And up here on the B string, you get this fingering 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, which is the same as this 1, 2, 4. So let's move in a position where we can play 3 strings in a row for that. And let's start down here first. So you got 2, 4 is the first string, 1, 2, 4 is the next string, and then 1, 3. There's your do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Took 3 strings. String 1, do, re, mi, fa, sol, string 2, la, ti, do, string 3. Okay, so that's starting from low E string. Let's start here in the A string. Do, re, 2, 4, mi, fa, sol, 1, 2, 4, la, ti, do, 1, 3, 4. String 1, do, re, string 2, the D string, re, mi, fa, string 3, la, ti, do. Okay, let's see, we did it from the E string, we did it from the A string. Let's start from the D string here. So, that don't sound right. Okay, problem between the G and the B string. Move up 1 fret, keep the fingering the same, and you will get the same result. Ooh, that sounds better. So it's still 2, 4, do, re, or string 1 on D, first string. Re, mi, fa, G string. Compensate for the B string by moving your finger up once, your first finger up 1 fret towards the body of the guitar, so you can keep the fingering the same. 1, 3, 4, la, ti, do. And you do the opposite when you move from the B string to the G. You'll compensate by moving your pinky down towards the tuning keys 1 fret. Keep the fingering the same. Okay, so far I've covered 3 sets of 3, and there's 4 sets of 3. From the E string, from the A string, from the D string. Okay, now let's cover it from the G string. Oops, that don't sound right. Oh yeah, I'm going between the G and the B string, compensate up 1 fret, and I can keep the fingering the same. 2, 4, compensate up 1, 2, 4, then 1, 3, 4. Let's see, I'm going from the B string to the... Oh, that don't sound right. Compensate by moving down 1 fret towards the tuning keys when you go from the B to the G. 2, 4. There's your 4 sets of 3, or the EAD category, which is named after the shapes of the chords as they go up. Here I'm showing an example of an E-shaped chord based on the low root of the chord, the A shape, the D shape, truncated. Well, that wasn't too good. And then I even went from the G string on up here, which really it's the top end of the G chord. So you got 2 categories. This is the bottom end of that, it's the 4-string category. Top end of that, it takes 3 strings to get to the end of do to do here. G string, B string, E string. So it's kind of like the top end of that E chord is that G shape I was talking about earlier, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the whole idea of this is to tell you more than you wanted to know about the EAD scale form on the page that I want you to learn Brother John fingering and phrasings for. There's 4 of them. You repeat each one twice. Is the between the strings 8 dynamite good. So you're in what's called second position. The position's called by where your first finger hangs out most of the time. So second position, the first note for do on the A string is second finger. So there's your 2/4 do, re, D strings, mi, fa, so, G strings, la, ti, do. Okay, so this is Brother John phrase number 1. Are you sleeping? So it takes 2 strings. There's the A string, are you, or do, re, mi, sleeping. Okay, this next one turns out to be pretty easy. It's Brother John, and it's all played. The reason why it's a little easier, I think, is because it's played on 1 string. The D string here, 1, 2, 4, and you just repeat that. Okay, there's the phrase. Repeat it. Okay, this is the tough one, and it uses all 3 of the strings: the G string, the D string, and the A string. So if you can get your hand in a great fretting posture and leave space between your palm and not do this, so that you can get your hand in a good position to where the pad of your finger doesn't touch the string after it. Morning bells, okay. D string, pinky, first finger on the G string, second fret. So you can get these first 3 notes, which is morning bells, and you can have them ring, but it's tough. If you have your palm too far this way, then the pad of your finger is going to touch the G string. It's going to sound like this. Drop your arm down a little bit. Get that pad away from the string. 6 notes in this, morning bells, and the other 3 notes are ringing. So the first 3 is morning bells. R ringing is the next 3. Those are 6 notes. Okay, R ringing is the D string, second, first finger, and then reach to do to the A strings. That's tough. Oh, did I mention that morning bells are 8th notes, so they go 1 and 2 and then it's 3, 4, 2/4 notes. So that makes it tougher too. So this is the toughest part of the tune, I think. Okay, and then I have you play Ding Dong Ding by placing your second finger in the A string and then on the E string. Or you can do this, they call it a finger roll. You use your whole arm to kind of not lift up your finger and just roll it onto the next string. So that is Brother John. Okay, it'd be the same thing if I played it in this position, and you should try it because you got 4 sets of 3 strings, so okay, you can't roll this to a lower string for Ding Dong Ding, so you're gonna have to Flying Monkey's part is going to be your pinky. This is known as the power chord, and this was kind of defines the chord sound of the E, A, and D chord positions because there's a root in the 5th on the bottom, which is different than the G, C category because it stacks up in thirds, do, mi, so, which I call the Three Stooges, hello, hello, hello. So that was exactly the same as this, as playing Brother John. Except for the last part, the Ding Dong Ding. So we got Flying Monkey's part. Okay, let's. I kind of went backwards. We started here because this is what's on the paper. Then I went to the lower E string. Let's try it from the D string. So we got... Okay, now normally we were doing... Oh my god, that don't sound right. Sounds cool though. But we have to compensate the B string, so it'd be... So that'd be a nice little exercise for you to try and do it across the D, the G, and the B strings. And then, of course, you're set up to roll to a lower string, so that's why not. So the only thing you had to change here really was to compensate for that B string. Okay, that's D string. We played from the A string, we played from the E string, we played from the D string. Let's play from the G string. Ah, that don't sound right. Oops, got to compensate for that stupid B string. Alright. It's not stupid, I am. Here we go, we got... Put my second finger down there. So that's kind of weird. You can try and work it out there too. That ain't on the paper. This is more than you wanted to know, but you should try it. Oops. So this whole idea is to give the cage sequence and these two categories of scale patterns is to put some order and consistency up and down the neck and make it simpler. And that's basically it. So hopefully that has helped. I will do more on this, but the basic idea between the last video I did of Brother John and this one was to really show you how to play it in one place I have written on the paper, but also for you to experiment and try it in different parts of the neck so you can get a feel for how the guitar is tuned and how stuff relate up and down the neck, and start thinking of it as one thing instead of a whole bunch of different things. So that would be the conclusion here of the EAD category. It takes 3 strings to go do to do. You get 4 sets of 3 strings, as I demonstrated before, and I said in the last video 4 sets of 3, but that's not correct. Actually, it is correct, 4 sets of 3, but it's 3 sets of 4 on the other condition. So here I go, confusing it again. So I will demonstrate that towards the end of this video. Why not? We'll do the 4 sets of 3. I will start from the low E string, the letter C. Took 3 strings. The A string, the E string, the A string, the D string. Okay, I'm going to start from the A string. We'll go 8 dynamite good. Okay, now I'm going to start from the D string. Compensate for that B. So that was dynamite goodbye. Start from the G string. So goodbye Eddie. Okay, 4 sets. 1, 2, 3. 4 sets of 3. And I'm going to review the 3 sets of 4, which I kept saying the wrong way before. So here's the other category. 4 strings. 4 strings. So that was all the same strings. Here it is again on the 8 dynamite goodbye strings. So let's do it in the order of from low strings to high. That was from the E string. There's the A string, and now from the D string. Clear as mud. Okay, I hope that's clearer than that. More videos on cage next.